Cambodia is a country on the fast track of development. Agriculture remains a main pillar of the economy. To visit any agricultural products market here is to get a sense of how economically vibrant Cambodia is. It's early April and we're on a quest to find out about Cambodia's famous Kampot pepper. Here we meet Sawn Soti, a successful pepper grower. Sawn Soti was born in the countryside. After a couple of years spent working in the city as a teacher and social worker, she decided to return to her rural roots. In 2013, she took over this small farm. Since then, on her 3 hectares of land, both her peppers and her business have thrived. For Cambodia, peppers are a major cash crop. With market demand and prices on the increase, the government is helping growers like Soti to expand cultivation.
Through the government, they make that availabilities and possibility that this production export for free. Yeah, we can export without paying tax for these productions. And they make also a lot of TV, like agriculture, program for growing, and also encourage that people growing the peppers. Anyhow, this is not easy. There's a lot of encouragement, but it depends on individual and resources that the people have. So, which means that each farmer can do it unless they have the strong commitment, and the finance also have to support, because it takes a long time and also involve a lot of matters.
Growing peppers involves a complex and laborious process. The crop requires constant attention. Soti is proud that she still employs the traditional approach, tending and picking the peppers by hand rather than using a machine. The success of her business is having a knock-on effect among the local villagers who are seeing their livelihood improve.
So when I started here 5 years ago, we have taken 4 staff, and then we found out that there is more and more requests for help. So I see that if I do something here, it's not just helping me, but also the local people can get some benefits to it. So we have made the help for the homeless people, the poor people, and also one family with 13 children. That is a lot of things. That this work is not require any qualifications, experience, nothing. Anybody are welcome, unless they have the commitment and honest.
Her contribution to the local community goes beyond providing employment. She's also committed to improving the environment. Palm leaves are used to provide shade. To ward off predatory insects, she uses a natural spray, a bitter extract from the leaves of the neem tree. Cow dung and bats' droppings serve as fertilizer. However, these organic methods do not always guarantee a good harvest.
For me, it's good, but for many other farmers were not good, because this year we have irregular raining. Some of the farmers who make only black, red or white pepper, they lose a lot because they have to push to harvest earlier. But here we make also the preserved green pepper, so we don't lose so much. We take everything, as much as possible and invent to something so that we don't lose for this year. But we have a different timing of harvesting. and it's a long time continually.
The workers are grading the tiny peppercorns. This labour-intensive approach, coupled with the large demand, means Kampot peppers command a high price. The bulk of the crop is sold overseas, where the biggest market is the European Union, followed by the US, Japan, South Korea and China. Only a small proportion of the peppers make their way onto the domestic market.
Not many people understand this. They complain about the price. Why this is so expensive? Kampot pepper is expensive everywhere in the world, especially. You probably get it in Europe between 150 euros to 200 euros per kilo, which you get from here between $20 to $60 per kilo. So it depends whether it's, graded or not graded. Not graded is might be cheaper. So to the Cambodian, to the local market, they care about the price.
Obtaining premium prices helps to sustain the small-scale growers. And as pepper exports and hence profits increase, so the farmer's livelihood is improving. This, in turn, is helping to reduce the development gap between Cambodia's rural and urban areas.
In agriculture, we want to export more. For example, we benefit from the Europe, EBA, everything but initiative. And this opened up to agriculture product. So the question is how we could create more agriculture, more value add in agriculture and export to those countries.
Soti has discovered that growing peppers is not the only economic benefit to be reaped from her remote location. She's also cashing in on tourists interested in a rural short break. She takes them on farm tours, where they experience the entire pepper growing, sorting and drying process. She also teaches them how to tell authentic Kampot peppers from the fake stuff sold on the markets. The highlight of the visit is the chance to sample fresh peppercorns right on the stem.
So you might see that some of the plants are healthy, some are not healthy, because in each place we don't have the same source of the soil or the treatment. Yeah. So some plants are big, some plants are small, so you have to be careful and flexible.
Cambodia has put decades of bloody conflict behind it and is now making impressive economic and social progress. It has ranked as one of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world for the past 20 years. Economic growth reached 7% in 2017. The traditional garment making and tourism sectors are being complemented by other successful industries, which are making significant contributions to GDP. Cambodia has every reason to be proud of its economic performance.
In Cambodia, we start from a very small base economy, and then because of its smaller size, so and then the after war, so it starts from the low base, so the growth is very high, and then if we look at the stage of economic growth, Cambodia is sort of at the takeoff stage. So this is why it becoming the growth rate. Is very high from 1 year to another year, and then we actually this growth rate actually contributed by the very stable macroeconomic policy, openness to the region and the globe, and also we have a young labor force, which is it is a baby boom in 80s and 90s. We contributed to the economic of growth now.
It is a testimony of how vibrant and how, in terms of development, Cambodia sees its process. This also as a testimony of how Cambodia has come, so far that we have come. Of course, to the rest of the world, Cambodia was once known as a war-torn country, full of conflict, unstable, with division among ourselves. But no longer the case. With the hard work and the resilience and dedication of the government and the people, we have come to realize full peace and stability that we have, which is a very good foundation to attract investment. And the fact that we have so many construction and development projects ongoing shows that Cambodia is peaceful and a great opportunity for investors to be here.
An obvious sign of the rapid economic growth is the construction boom. Demand for high-rise residential developments is soaring, and building companies are working frantically to keep up. Multiple projects are currently underway in Phnom Penh, providing job opportunities for thousands of construction workers in this fast-changing city. 40-year-old Seng Teng has spent the last 6 years as a building site translator and supervisor. Being smart and hard-working and having a gift for languages, he's well equipped for facing up to the challenges of the work.
ទាំងអស់នៅផ្លូវ95ដែលយើងធ្វើនឹង23ជាន់ហ្នឹងគឺមានកម្មករ75នាក់ហើយក្នុងមួយខែយើងត្រូវតម្រូវឲ្យចាក់4ស្លឹកយើងនិយាយចឹងវិញទៅ4ស្លឹកមួយខែ4ស្លឹកមកខ្ញុំនិយាយឲ្យតាមកអាទិត្យហ្នឹងបើបានមួយជាន់មួយខែបាន4ជាន់4ស្លឹក
Seng Teng is happy with his income. He's even thinking of buying another home, in addition to the apartment he's paid for with a mortgage.
សម្រាប់ខ្ញុំខាមកផ្លូវ95ហ្នឹង23ជាន់ហ្នឹងគឺប្រាក់ខែខាងចុងយិនផ្ដល់ឲ្យខ្ញុំហ្នឹងគឺអាចតម្រូវការហ្នឹងគឺគ្រប់ហើយព្រោះគឺវាអាចច្រើនផងព្រោះអីទៅជាទូទៅខ្ញុំធ្វើការនេះមួយខែគឺបាន700ហើយកូនចៅខ្ញុំមានកម្រងគិតថាខ្ញុំធ្វើការនៅនេះដែលប្រាក់ខែបានទៀងទាត់ចឹងខ្ញុំចង់ទៅទិញផ្ទះទិញខុនដូមួយសម្រាប់ផ្គត់ផ្គង់ខាងគ្រួសារបងមលោះមួយខែប្រហែលជា$700សម្រាប់រឿងមួយទៀតខាងកូនចៅខ្ញុំនេះប្រាក់ខែបើសិនជាយើងគិតពីមួយក្រុមហ៊ុនគេផ្សេងក៏ប្រហែលប៉ុន្តែក្រុមហ៊ុនចុងយិនខ្ញុំហ្នឹងគឺបើប្រាក់ខែគឺទៀងទាត់ហើយពួកនេះគឺគេធ្វើការហ្នឹងគឺគេសប្បាយចិត្តនឹងមកធ្វើព្រោះអីថែមម៉ោងរាល់យប់ហ្នឹងមួយខែបើបាន300-400ណោះកម្មករ
The construction boom is encouraging migrant workers to flock to the capital in search of employment, many of them accompanied by family and friends. Some are just starting out in work, others have skills they've honed in the provinces. But all represent an injection of fresh blood that's rejuvenating the city, and especially its real estate sector.
You look into the GDP growth of Cambodia. Cambodia GDP growth for the last 2 decades is about 7%. So we are on the top 6 of the world of the GDP growth. So when the GDP grow, then the middle class is growing. So when the middle class is growing, the main of the business that the middle class they are looking at, first of course food and beverage. The second is property. So when they have money, they need to eat, they need to drink. After eat and drink, then they need to stay. So that's why that Cambodia property have been growing since 2012 until now. But those growing are not like growing in 2008. Cambodia, we have growing one time in 2008, but that one is not stable because of the bubble. But after 2012, when this property growing are very constantly.
It's not just the expansion of the middle class that's created a demand for new homes. The constant stream of families from the provinces to Phnom Penh is fueling a need for affordable housing. It's estimated that the city will require 55,000 new homes to be built every year. It's a challenge that the government and developers are facing together.
I myself have been working with the government to come up with a new concept of low and middle income housing, or we can call public housing, which our neighboring countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, they already have that kind of concept. So now we have been built the first project called public housing nearby the city, about 20 kilometers away from the downtown, which our price are acceptable by our low and middle income. Because our price is very low. It's about 25,000 per unit. So roughly about $200 to $300 only per square meters, which our low and middle income can afford to buy. So this is part of our government policy, because the government needs to support all those people, because there's a lot of resettlement from those people coming from the province come to the city. So without this support, they cannot afford to buy the highest price of the property.
The strong growth of the Cambodian economy has brought about a significant decline in the poverty rate from 47.8% of the population in 2007 to 13.5% in 2014, according to the World Bank. On a personal level, ordinary Cambodians are reaping the benefits of their country's rapid economic development.
And if you compare GDP of Cambodia in 1998 to now, it just doubled. So we just hit the mark of lower middle income, measured by average of GDP per capita of the people. So the average of income for the whole nation actually just reached lower middle income. And then it's still relatively still a low income compared to the region. So the potential for growth is higher.
At the forefront of the economic activity in Phnom Penh is a start-up frenzy. Among the mixture of players on the start-up scene are people who quit their jobs to start their own business, youngsters who've opened e-commerce stores, and overseas students who've returned home. Chea Safala spent 15 years selling mobile phones for an international telecom company. In 2015, she launched her own property management business. Without any relevant experience, she went abroad to learn. When she returned, she had the confidence to take the plunge.
ជាក់ស្ដែងបើសម្រាប់មិត្តភ័ក្តិនៅជុំវិញខ្លួនក៏ដូចជាយុវជនមួយចំនួនដែលនាងខ្ញុំស្គាល់និយាយតាមត្រង់គឺពួកគាត់ម្នាក់ៗតែងតែចង់ខ្លាយជាសហគ្រិនតែងតែចង់មានអាជីវកម្មខ្លួនឯងយើងឃើញថាបច្ចុប្បន្នគឺមានទំនោរទៅលើម្នាក់ៗគឺគាត់ចង់មានអាជីវកម្មខ្លួនឯងច្រើនជាងដែលគាត់ទៅធ្វើបម្រើការងារនៅក្រុមហ៊ុនរបស់គេជាក់ស្ដែងអរគុណទាំងអស់គ្នាមែនតើដែលទាំងអស់គ្នាបាន volunteer នៅក្នុងការជួយកម្មវិធីសង្ក្រាន្តរបស់យើងអញ្ចឹងបងសង្ឃឹមថាទាំងអស់គ្នានឹងបញ្ចេញឲ្យអស់នៅកម្លាំងកាយចិត្តដើម្បីបេសកកម្មយើងមួយនេះដើម្បីយើងបៀលថាតើយើងឲ្យមនុស្សប្រមាណលានអ្នកដែលគាត់នៅជាន់នៅកម្មវិធីសង្ក្រាន្តហ្នឹងគាត់យល់ដឹងអំពីគេហៅសម្រាម
Chea Safala is more than an entrepreneur. She's also on a mission to save the environment. She still believes that public service should go hand in hand with business and that she has a responsibility to give something back to society.
The demographic dividend of Cambodia is the fact that between the age of 18 and 35, still about 50% of the population. And that represents a great potential for this country, not only presently as an important factor for investment, but at the same time it represents a great potential for the countries. So it is important to turn that energy, that demographic dividend in giving back and contributing to the development of society. Imagine if our youth only care about themselves and not giving back, and then that will be not only in Cambodia but in any country. So the right strategy, the right policy for them to develop at an educational level, but also giving them the platform so that they actually can develop their know-how and to be ready to give what they have back to society.
What the young people of Cambodia care about is job opportunities and access to further education. They also want to participate in and benefit from their country's economic growth. These aspirations also happen to be the key pillars on which Cambodia can achieve its sustainable development. Young people have the power to innovate, act and mobilise others. In this way, they bring about change and help to build their country's future. ខែមុនពេលថ្ងៃរៀបលេខខ្ញុំទៅលេខក៏ពេចស្រាប់តែខ្មោចគេលោខែ